Hi, my name is Katie McLaughlin, and this video is going to explain a bit more about the Accelerate Performance Executive Team Coaching and Training Program from McLaughlin Method. So what is McLaughlin Method all about? Well, it's a combination of coaching, facilitation, and consulting, because when you fuse all of those three things together, you're going to get the maximum results with your team and boost the performance of your team overall. All programs focus on practice, actionable skills. We have to move beyond theory and policies into action, because that is the felt experience and lived experience of your team members, of your company culture, and your day-to-day business success. All of our programs are agile and team-based. One-on-one coaching can get us far, but as a group, you can work even better and all of you see results. And I specifically focus on the startup and tech realm because of my background there, that I have a lot of expertise in moving quickly, needing to navigate so many different challenges like integrating an acquisition, pivoting, making big change. And so even if you're not a startup or a tech company, you'll benefit from this background and the way of thinking and my approach to how I work with my clients. Inclusive, engaged teams need inspiring and motivational leaders. This is where we have flipped the script on what the DEI training really is. You know that diversity is important, you know that equity is important, but in order to actually achieve diversity and equity numbers and policies, you have to build inclusionary behaviors into how you lead, how your team shows up in the world. And as an executive, you at the top are going to be modeling and setting examples for how your team engages, what they think is appropriate behavior, and how they choose to appreciate diverse ideas or not. So let's talk about the program at a glance. There are 4 phases. First phase is where we need to start with where you are today, where we diagnose today's challenges. This is a combination of a data review where we define the key challenge areas that you're experiencing in your business. I look at your engagement scores and other people-related data, sales and business-related data as well. We set a baseline for each individual's needs through one-on-ones. So throughout this group program, there will be targeted times where there will be one-on-ones with each executive to ensure that each executive gets some tailored support, especially in a confidential manner, because everyone has slightly different needs. And so we can magnify the needs of the entire group by helping each individual as well. And by the end of this phase, we're going to have a roadmap of our goals for the program and what areas we're planning on targeting with our impact. From a logistics standpoint, there'll be 2 group sessions, an individual coaching session for each executive. So from the time investment in this first phase is about 4 to 6 hours per executive. So second phase is exploring assumptions and biases. So this is where we do a bit of the theory and we learn what our assumptions and biases are, also through practical application. We're going to examine different behaviors of performance, motivation, and inclusion at all levels of your company. And we're going to look at your specific leadership style, where that comes from, and the perspectives that others have on how you lead. And then we'll also look at and talk about the daily impact of specific actions on your culture, on KPIs, on your company goals. So this is where the fusion of human performance meets business outcomes. From a logistics standpoint, there'll be 2 to 3 group sessions depending on your needs. There's an option to add on individual coaching for each executive, and the time investment is about 4 to 6 hours for this phase. Then we're going to upgrade your skills in phase 3. This is where we're going to be really highly interactive, workshopping new skills. It's important that you practice skills that you're going to be needing in a safe environment. The biggest bang for our buck can be in role play and also in kind of energetic role play. And I'll share more about that in a little bit. And we're going to go through common scenarios that you're going to experience at work and your team members are going to experience at work. And we're going to practice those skills so we can subtly shift that behavior. We'll also add in a one-on-one session in this phase to ensure that you get the individual support that you need for your unique needs. Every department has some different common scenarios, so we'll want to make sure that in those individual sessions, we can workshop some of the things that you're going to need the most. We'll have 2 to 3 group sessions, individual coaching for each executive. So we're looking at about 6 to 8 hours of session time during phase 3. And phase 4 is where we're going to be implementing new habits. So we're going to be aligning all these behaviors that you've been working on and building to your company values. So we can showcase for the rest of your team how your company values come into action. And we'll be crafting a culture contribution plan. This is where it is laid out how everyone can contribute to the overall culture of your organization and live out those values in the day-to-day. You'll get some implementation checklists and support to help you implement new habits. And if you end up needing additional support, we can add that on. From a program logistics perspective, 2 to 3 group sessions with an add-on option for individual coaching. Most of my clients do decide to add on the individual coaching in each phase because of getting that much more impact and change for each individual. So the time investment there is about 4 to 6 hours in group sessions, and then another 90-minute individual session if you add that on. So there's 2 different ways that this program can lay out over time. There's the 4-month option, which is ideal for any company who is looking to see really quick results. You want a bang for your buck. You want to really turn the ship around, and you want to be implementing new skills quickly. You're a fast-moving market. You don't have time to, and your team is really dedicated to making change and allocating time each week to this program, changes and implementing new skills. This timeline was really designed so that way, fast-paced startups, 6 months, 12 months down the road, the company can change dramatically. So having this concentrated program can help you realize the impact far faster. Where we would basically map 1 phase per month, and you'll see that the impact of program time is anywhere between 5 to 8 hours per month. Now, some companies, that's a bit too intensive and you need something more scaled back. So we can do this in a 6-month time frame where, we kind of even out the amount of time over each month. So over 6 months, you'll have about 3.5 to 4 hours of program time each month. And this is where maybe you can't devote time each week to this program. You're still looking to get that same kind of rapid change across your entire executive team, which is still possible. Most executive coaches work one-on-one with a single executive for 6 to 12 months. So through this program, you're working in that same timeline of 6 months, but the entire executive team is receiving the benefit. So you're going to get the impact across your entire organization. There's more time here for the added one-on-ones if you decide to add those. And there's just more time in between sessions for practice and implementation support. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video talking about this program, and please reach out, schedule your free consultation. I'd be glad to talk with you about your organization's unique needs and how this program could work for you. Have a great day.